1, 2, 3, 1.
Finally, seeping is the key word here. Smart enough to figure it out. I just ask questions and talk shit. I'm not the
All I
news.
saw was a lake, mountains, and some trees.
That's the running theme on this fucking podcast. Whoever deserves mocking, and that includes a host. Man, there is a record amount of meth in this place. Smitty. Just sounds like stuttering Smitty.
Challenge 2022, y'all. Fuck milk crates, y'all.
Get the fuck out of here. Action. What the hell, everything. Oh my God, happy Monday. How are you? What the hell, everything with Smitty. I am he. And I'm so fucking excited that I'm doing these podcasts live now, live afternoons. It was basically the way I've been wanting to do it forever, and it just feels way more fucking awesome going live. Like, honestly, I just got so much more excited just now than I thought I would, to be honest. Because, when I was on the radio, I did the afternoon show. I was known for the afternoon show for the most part, for like a good dozen years or so. Got a good following, left the radio station, and was doing the podcast like in the mornings, and I was always just trying to fit it in. I was producing it. I was nervous live, and it took me some practicing. And I'm like, oh, I'm good to go now to do these live afternoon podcasts. And it's so fucking fun, man. Now remember, April 1st, the What the Hell Everything podcast is moving, change that. The video versions that are on YouTube will exclusively be on Patreon. So patreon.com/we3 Smiths. It's only $3 a month. I'm going to be adding another tier with like swag to it as well. But literally $3 a month will get you the What the Hell Everything video podcast. It'll be on audio on Spotify and all the other things, Apple and Pandora and iHeartRadio, which makes me say that out, barf out loud. But yeah, man, this is kind of just the new way I'm doing the podcast. So, you're working, maybe put some headphones on at work. It'll go up on the audio outlets shortly after the live stream. So thanks for joining me on the What the Hell Everything podcast. It was and please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. The audio versions, please follow and comment along. Trying to build a awesome community of listeners and viewers for the podcast, and people are catching on, and I really appreciate all of you that are watching and listening. I was getting the podcast ready to go. Doing the Photoshop thing now, where I create the thumbnails or the pictures that show what episode, what's within the episode. January 10th, blah 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 blah. And I wish I had it in front of me. I wish I would have thought to bring it up. Oh, that's what I said. More expect loud outbursts or something like that, and totally misspelled the word outbursts. Now, you wouldn't think that would make reasonable people mad, right? Is that the kind of thing where because I didn't like beat myself up, but that's my initial my instinct that I get is to fucking rage out and just hate myself. How could you do something like, why don't you check the thumbnail to make sure you fucking spelled it right? You look stupid. Well, that's what I tell myself. Then you're like, oh, dude, it's fine. Just look for next time. That's all. Also, growing the hair out, and like I put the shit in the hair, because I'm like, I'm gonna be on camera. I'm gonna have to look halfway decent. I took my hat off at work yesterday, and I never take my hat off at work. I just, it's hot getting this hair's growing out. I haven't been to the barber shop in forever. Allie, I still love you. I'll probably see you around Memorial Day weekend. Well, it's kind of a science experiment, because it's so goddamn poofy. And everybody at work it's like they don't even know you. They're like, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever seen you without a fucking hat on. Or as my boss, Chuck, man with the dreamy eyes, told me, I'm gonna take these doggone things off because it is getting kind of hot in here. And I should probably turn this heater off that I have going in the Smith hole basement, but I won't, because that would mean I won't be talking to you. But Chuck is like, dude, your hair is fantastic. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? It's just like this hair helmet. It's like, it's so thick and voluminous. And I think Chuck might be getting a little thin on top, you know, so it might be a little hair jealousy. But like, honestly, this thing, and the whole reason I'm trying to grow it out now is because I'm like, well, I'm older, so it's probably not as thick as it used to be. Maybe it is thinning out a little bit because I couldn't grow it out before because it was just like, you know, I put a hat on, press it down a little bit, and I take the hat off, and I'm like, okay, that's a little better. But voluminous was the key word, and I'm pretty sure that's not even the word. Voluminous is not a word, but that was what was going around yesterday. Your hair, Smitty, is so voluminous, or whatever the fucking term is. It just feels poofy. It just feels poofy. So I'm like, now I'm kicking myself in the ass, sort of, for growing the hair out until Memorial Day weekend, because that's when I'm going to cut it. I have to see if I've shedded some pounds and I look like I've actually gained or lost. If I can lose a chin, that's the goal. So once I shave everything off and cut everything off, maybe I'll just look like, you know, a little closer to what the goal facial structure is, which is at least hopefully just one chin. Another fucking hair comment that I'm getting from at least one who, honestly, it's fucking hilarious. I work with this girl named Emily, and she's like 20, and we have this, it's fucking hilarious. She is she played me for Halloween. I don't know if anybody saw those pictures online. But honestly, she's like my little sister, peas in a pod. I'm always making fun of her for her fucking terrible Tinder choices, just watching like teenage girls. And I think she just turned 20, so I don't want to demean her by saying a teenager. On Twitter, on Tinder, just some of the great insight, by the way, into some of the brutal behavior of women that are dating. And you're like, oh, I felt victim. Look, I am not a fucking guilt-free in any sort of dating scenario, but you get some insight and you're like, oh, that's fucking brutal, man. Women are so brutal sometimes. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, she's like, you should get a mullet. No, that's where I draw the line. I had that shit as a freshman in high school. Yeah, she's like, oh, it's coming back. It's cool again. No, it's not. No, not one fucking single bit is it cool. I did, you know, at the bar the other day, I had to cut somebody off. And I want to tell a story a little bit. I don't want to use a lot of details because I don't want to embarrass anybody. So I want to try to keep the details to a minimum because, again, we all do stupid shit when we're drunk, man. That's one of the drawbacks of getting drunk. You know, sometimes you do stupid shit and you just hope to minimize that. Okay. But this woman and her husband came in to the pub the other night. And, you know, it was very apparent from the get-go that she was already intoxicated quite a bit. And I made my mind up. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to serve her, you know? But she didn't order. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. She just had water. I'm like, fuck yeah. Okay. Whew. Because you don't ever like to fucking cut people off. It's not something you like to do. You want people to enjoy drinks in your establishment, not because it's just, we're getting there. I'll explain. Shut up, Smitty. Anyway, I'm like, man, I'm not going to be able to serve her. But she didn't get one. She had some water. But then she started sipping from her husband's. And I'm like, damn it. I didn't say anything. I'm like, well, I'll let it go for this one. If she does it, if I see her doing it with another beer, even though she was kind of sharing with him, I'm like, then I'm going to say something. I'm going to have to cut her off. And I ended up having to cut her off. She ordered at some point soon after. And I was respectful, you know, you got to be respectful. You got to be try to keep that situation fairly neutral because it can go AWOL or haywire AWOL. That too. Why not? and it was fine. I had to tell her husband. I said, "Look, I had to cut your wife off, so you can't give her any of yours." And it was respectful. I mean, the banter was respectful from both sides. He was like, "I understand," and she didn't really say anything to me at that point. And I went on with my working, doing other things, and not really paying attention. At some point, she left in a huff and left her husband there, and deduced very quickly that she left him behind. He ended up getting a ride back. I'm not sure. Anyway, some point after that came the I'm going to get back at you online and say something mean about you and post a shitty review, which have been deleted, by the way. So hence the bad decisions thing, you know, where, oh man, last night I was an asshole and posted a shit review on this company's fucking Facebook page and Google review. Again, I think they've been deleted. And it fucking sucks, man, because as much as I fucking hate that those reviews even exist, because just the fact that you might have some personal thing against maybe even somebody that works there or something like that, and you can try to totally like ruin a fucking business and people's livelihoods like a bunch of fucking assholes. That's what it amounts to. Those fucking online reviews, man. I can't tell you, it's so fucking toxic. And I know people that do it, and I'm like, oh, you're the kind of person that fucking does that. 100%. Anyway, so fuck you if you do like shitty online reviews to people, first of all. Second of all, they got deleted right away, and it was fucking hilarious. And of course it was about terrible customer service. You know, it's just like, you know what fucking sucks the most is that, because I second guess myself after the fact, and I'm asking people at the bar, and I'm like, man, was she really that? And after seeing the review, mind you, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I did do bad customer service. Ugh. And I showed people, I go, hey man, there's this fucking review. I'm like, was she hammered? Yeah. Yes, you did. You did the right thing. I'm like, okay, man. Because again, you don't want to cut people off. You want people to have a good time. The point of my fucking job is to make people happy, is serve them beers, shoot the shit if the situation requires that, and not have to worry about fucking drunken assholes, which is inevitable in my line of work. I get it. But it's stupid when you just have the ability to just be like, I want to put something publicly and hurt this business because they didn't give me what I want. And again, I'm 100% sure, because her husband and her were kind of arguing the whole night. I'm pretty sure on the Facebook post, because it got deleted almost immediately, and I'm pretty sure he was like, what are you doing? Fucking delete it. And he probably didn't know till the next day when it got deleted from the Google review that it was even on there. So he probably, or she was like, oh man, and went and deleted that fucking review. Either way, again, we all make bad choices when we're hammered. That's the drawback, like I said. But there you go. But you hope to minimize those. You hope to minimize those bad decisions. And I'm not trying to, again, I don't want to have too much detail, because I didn't want to like embarrass anybody necessarily. But sometimes you still need to have those things mocked, because fuck off otherwise, you know. It was a bummer to see that Bob Saget died. Let me take a little sippy sip here. Bob Saget passed away. Now I got to be upfront with you. Only bringing this up for a specific reason that doesn't have to do with my love of Bob Saget, because here's the thing, and it's no disrespect intended, it's just part of, I have to tell the story this way, is that I was never a fan of Bob Saget. You know, Full House, from the time it started till now, is like the bane of my existence. It's like the worst fucking show of all time. And I know there's people that love Bob Saget. Again, I'm only telling you this to tell you why I'm talking about this, because I, again, was never a fan of Bob Saget. Never thought he was that funny. He always seemed like a nice guy. You know, I seen him on interviews on like Rogan or whatever. He seemed like a nice guy. I know he's a super filthy comedian. that I'd seen a couple times. I've seen some of his stand up, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But I was never a huge fan of Bob Saget. But a couple things, and it only takes a little small sampling size anymore to see some of these fucking bullshit opinions pop up. And there's something about Bob Saget being a pedophile. And like that shit gets thrown out so fucking flippantly by people. It seems like a certain voting bloc that thinks that all of Hollywood is a pedophile, because that was exactly the comment that I saw. Just so you know, Bob Saget was one of all of the pedophiles in Hollywood. I'm glad he's dead, or whatever the fuck bullshit thing they said. And then I saw somebody post a copied and paste thing. So it wasn't even like their words. It was a fucking screenshot of another tweet or something with no factual anything to it about Bob Saget being a pedophile. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's like, look, there is something to the Jeffrey Epstein thing. Absolutely. Did Bill Clinton fly in his fucking plane a bunch of fucking times and lie about it? Yeah. Did Donald Trump fucking chum up with him a bunch? Fuck yes, he did. It's makes you question. Okay. There's where there's smoke, there's fire, but that doesn't mean all fucking Hollywood and all this other crazy bullshit that people believe. It is you don't get the same sort of fervent like rhetoric about the pedophiles that come from like church. You don't get the same sort of vitriol at all. Because what is it? Lee Chatfield. Lee Chatfield is the Speaker of the House in Michigan, right? He's from up here in northern Michigan. I think he's from around fucking Pellston or somewhere in the Straits area. Who knows? Cat, get out of here. Sorry, that's what happens on the What the Hell Everything podcast. Lee Chatfield. Fuck that guy. Anyway, I don't know him. I can't say that. He might be a nice guy, but he seems like an asshole because he was fucking his sister-in-law. I don't know a lot of details to this story. I know that I saw that he was embroiled in some sort of sexual scandal with allegations of sexual misconduct and sexual assault when the woman was a minor. We met at church, at their Baptist church, and it happens like that so much. You would think the same people that are so fucking anti-pedophile in Hollywood would see right through that transparent shit, but they don't. It's fucking crazy. And apparently, yeah, that is his sister-in-law, this woman. You saw that. And I didn't want to make any point other than that one, is that you don't seem to have the same sort of vitriol at all. And it's kind of entertaining. Not at all, really. Not at all. It's sort of fucking disgusting, to tell you the truth. But I voice my displeasure through morbid humor. Hey, let's talk about the fucking Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, who are terrible, but they're not terrible. Let me pull my phone up. I want to play the audio of this. This is my favorite shit. I've listened to this like 3 times. Let me go to the Detroit Lions Instagram page. Dan fucking Campbell. Motor City Dan Campbell. I feel like we witnessed this year the birth of a championship football team. Which is really fucking stupid to say as a Detroit Lions homer who has been constantly and consistently disappointed by the fucking Detroit Lions again and 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 again. But this is a brand new fucking thing with Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, man, where Levi sucked in too, which is even better that you have two dummies just totally sucked in. McTighe's on board. Tim Logan's on board. Normally, I am the worst. I am the first. I am the worst homer of the fucking bunch. I'm like 12 wins every fucking year like an asshole. I've reined it in the last few years, but boy, is it ever back fast and fucking furious. Let's play this. I love this post-game locker room audio from Dan Gamble.
I tell you what, you took the hard road one more time. You sure?
Start again.
I tell you what, you took the hard road one more time. You sure did. You guys earned that freaking win, man. You earned it. You went out there and made the plays you had to make. And we really complimented each other well. We really did. We really did, man. When we needed it, golly, man, we tried the old trickery on the fake punt. We don't get it. Defense, you come out and make a stand. And then we take it all the way down the field offense. I mean, there were so many things that happened in this game that were just, man, I tell you what, they make you proud as a coach. We put Jonah in at center. He played center.
I love Dan Campbell, man.
I respect the hell out of that. You guys that have stood in there and just banged away, man, I respect the hell out of that. I always will. I always will. There's a place for you on this team. All right, there's a place for you on this team. When you produce and you lay it on the line, because that stuff, gentlemen, man, that's better than gold, man. It's better than gold. That's where champions are born and made. You guys made me proud. That we are now springboarding. We are springboarding. And we have, by the way,
makes me so fucking excited.
We already started this about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We know what we're capable of. And man, when we hit the offseason running, we're going, man. And we're going places. Because we want to go places. And we know the formula. I'm proud of you guys. Break it down.
Now we're going to continue to come back and we're going to build, bro. Like I said, bro, that's the way we come finish, bro. And I appreciate everybody in here, bro. And we got Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Man, whoo, ha ha. Man, that shit fires me up. Because again, I feel like we really did witness the birth of a fucking a championship culture, not a championship football team, but a fucking championship culture. As I said a couple podcasts ago, and I mean it 100%. Fucking Pittsburgh Steelers have been my model for a great team my whole life, and I love that team. They're my AFC team. And that's 100% what I'm seeing from fucking the Detroit Lions right now. I've never seen this from a Lions team. I've never, because you can tell years of ineptitude and suck. And you could just tell that it's different and it's fucking awesome. It makes me way too excited. Way too excited. Honestly, it's fucking hilarious. I saw, what was it? Brian Flores from Miami got fired. Who was the other guy? Oh, Chicago Bears. Nagy got fired. Did Mike Zimmer get fired from the Vikings too? I feel like he might have. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, they're out there. Everybody's over here firing coaches. I'm over here like, we got Dan fucking Campbell on our side, motherfucker. But they fired Brian Flores, and that seems like the dumbest shit I've heard in a long time. I saw that. I'm like, wait a second. Didn't the Dolphins like win the last 8 of their last 9 fucking games? Did you really they finished like 9-8, probably not as good as you wanted to, but you still had a winning record. You still won 7 of the last 8 games. And it just seems stupid. What is it? 3 years he was there? Man, it makes me so fucking happy when my team is not in any of that off-season turmoil. And it is the opposite with the Lions. It's like, who is it? Jacksonville. Jacksonville's pretty much in fucking turmoil. It's the tale of 2 shitty cities, Jacksonville and Detroit. It's pretty awesome because there's no hope in Jacksonville, in Mudville, and then in Detroit there is hope for once. There is hope for once, because even when there was Barry Sanders, there wasn't like the winning culture. Barry Sanders was the culture. I mean, there was Chris Spielman, and there was some great fucking players for the Lions in the 90s, where they went to the playoffs pretty much every other year with like 10 wins, even though 12-4 in the 91 season. But it's just like there was never a culture. Barry Sanders was the culture, and everything was trying to work around Barry, and they did a kind of a terrible job at building a team around Barry Sanders, even though they were fairly competitive. They should have been a lot fucking better. This whole season has been me going, oh, there's the holes that we were all saying that we wanted the Lions to have when they had Barry Sanders. There's the fucking holes. Anyway, fuck yeah, man. I've never been happier to have a 3-13 team and whatever the fuck, however many little games they lost, people still want to talk shit online. Keep talking shit. Keep talking shit, Tim, at Fat Chicks Barbecue. Here's the thing. Here's where I'm so petty with how much I hate the fucking Packers. And again, I say this many times whenever I do talk shit about Aaron Rodgers specifically and or the Packers, my hatred for them is really only amplified for jealous reasons, jealousy and pettiness. Because I'm like, my team has sucked my whole life. Your team is basically tripped into the playoffs and lucked out with 2 fucking all-time great quarterbacks. So fuck you. Anytime like Packers fans are nice about the Lions, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to see your nice words. I don't want to see your fucking it's smarmy. And I don't want it. So Tim Jacobs at Fat Chicks commented on whatever my Facebook post was on the Smitty Facebook page about Dan Campbell. He's like, yeah, they got a good thing going. I'm like, don't do it. Your mottos, it's just like people are trying to like infiltrate your community. They're trying to infiltrate themselves just to lay low so they can jump up and fucking, it's like Lucy pulling the football away. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Refuse. I want to talk about this fucking thing. Talking about virtual. Oh, wait. I didn't even really give Fat Chicks a Barbecue a shout out like I wanted to. Sponsors of the What the Hell Everything podcast. They are awesome, even though I give Tim shit about the Packers. I love them. They are awesome. Becoming great friends. I got to get a hold of them. I said I would get a hold of them after the new year to schedule a podcast visit. Hopefully they come in studio, bring some food. We have like a potluck podcast. That'd be fucking fun, right? But Tim and Heather at Fat Chicks, they're working on a new pizza. And it was funny because Levi made a chili cheese dog pizza that he made with like this chili sauce that he fucking just made. Chili sauce, mind you. Pickles that he fucking made like an asshole. Cheddar cheese, some onion, and then mustard. And he made the dough too because he's an asshole. When I say he's an asshole, I love my brother, but man, just fucking the way he does this stuff. Anyway, posted Levi's chili cheese dog pizza on Facebook, and Tim was like, oh man, Heather and I were just talking about making a chili cheese dog pizza. So Saturday and Sunday, he says next Saturday and Sunday, so I assume it's this coming up. If you're watching this podcast or listening on January 10th. It's a chili cheese dog pizza made with coney sauce, red onion, hot dogs, cheese sauce, and mustard drizzle. I am kind of saying maybe they weren't really talking about it. Maybe they were just like, yeah, let's just what did the Smith brothers make today? Let's do that. That's the best way, you guys. We can have that fucking relationship too, which we never, honestly, I don't want to say that. We'll talk about that after the fact. Fat Chicks Barbecue, the bustling metropolis of Atlanta, Michigan, Destination Barbecue. They are awesome. Check them out, and especially check out that chili cheese dog pizza. It's called the Courtman. Ask for it by name. Say you heard about them on the What the Hell Everything podcast, and then thank them just for being awesome because I love them. All right, let's talk about virtual land. Now, I happened to strike up a conversation with a Facebook friend, Jen. And I'm trying to remember what the fuck. She posted something about, there you go. That's where the whole brain baby of this came from. She posted something about people buying virtual land. And I go, well, that's click. I've never heard of that, but thanks for the podcast topic. And then she recommended the movie Surrogates, which I did watch, and it is a mind fuck, and it's 100% true. If you've never watched that movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis. It is basically 100% what this is. But I'm going to, because again, I didn't know anything about it. Virtual land, you say? I was like, well, I want to talk about this on the podcast. But here's the thing: I haven't read this article. I'm going to read this article now. We're going to learn about this together, okay? Because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on around here. I'm on record as saying that my my phone was irritating me because I could see the notifications and I had to put it away. I don't understand cryptocurrency. Not one single fucking bit. Okay. I should have got my glasses, but I didn't. I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. You should have had glasses. You should have had Kleenex. Anyway, I'm going to read this article. Again, I don't know shit about cryptocurrency, okay? I tried to have people explain it to me before. I couldn't understand it. I think this is somewhat similar. But again, I don't know what the fuck is going on right here. So this is from the New York Times. I just Googled virtual land and pulled up the first story from some sort of reputable news organization. And some might debate the definition of reputable with the New York Times. I don't know, but I'm going to read this fucking article. The headline: Investors snap up metaverse real estate in a virtual land boom. Transactions for properties in digital realms are jumping, guided by the same principle in the physical world: location, location, location. Okay, that's like the sub headline. So here we go. Justin Bieber performed at a live concert this month, but the show wasn't in a stadium or an arena. Like recent performances from Ariana Grande, The Weeknd, and Travis Scott, the concert was held in the metaverse, the online world that stretches the corners of the internet into immersive four-dimensional experiences. I'm reading it, but I still don't understand it. From all over the globe, watched Mr. Bieber's avatar sing songs from his hit album Justice. Investors are watching too, preparing for a digital land boom that appears just months away. They are snapping up concert venues, shopping malls, and other properties in the metaverse. Interest in this digital universe skyrocketed last month when Mark Zuckerberg announced that Facebook would be known as Meta, an effort to capitalize on the digital frontier. The global market for goods and services in the metaverse will soon be worth $1 trillion, according to the digital currency investor Grayscale. The metaverse comprises, read, fuckface, the metaverse comprises multiple digital realms. Each is like a 3D virtual city where avatars live, work, and play. Fuck, it's exactly like Surrogates. Oh my God. Anyone who has been exposed to popular video games like Fortnite, Animal Crossing, and the Roblox universe has had a taste of what these realms look like. In each, elements including virtual reality, streaming video, mobile gaming, avatars, and artificial intelligence are combined into immersive digital experiences. But real estate investing in the metaverse still is highly speculative, and no one knows for sure whether this boom is the next big thing or the next big bubble. Technologists, is that the right fucking way to say that word? Oh my God, I gotta blow my nose, you guys. You know what? I gotta take a break. I got it. Blow my nose. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go grab my glasses so I can read the rest of this fucking article without trying to do this shit. Okay. Are you good with taking a quick break? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm back. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Let's get the old man glasses out and continue reading, even though I just ran upstairs and I'm like, I'm not out of breath. Not one single bit. It's fine, you guys. Okay. Maybe I can't read it as good as I can with these fucking glasses on. Okay. Technologists believe the metaverse will grow into a fully functioning economy in a few short years and offer a synchronous digital experience that will be integrated in. Oh, this fucking glasses suck. Integrated into our lives as email and social networking are today. Skipping down, there was a whole page with no words on it. Here we go. And in recent months, the volume of transactions for commercial real estate in the metaverse has ramped up. Here we go. In October, tokens.com, a blockchain technology company focused on NFTs. I'm learning about all this shit lately, and it's crazy. Focused on NFTs and metaverse real estate, acquired 50% of Metaverse Group, one of the world's first virtual real estate companies, for about $1.7 million. Metaverse Group is based in Toronto, but has virtual headquarters in a world called Decentraland in Crypto Valley, which is the metaverse's answer to Silicon Valley. Decentraland also has districts for gambling, shopping, fashion, and the arts. Rather than, again, this is a quote, rather than try to create a universe like Facebook, I said, why don't we go in and buy the parcels of land in these metaverses, and then we can become the landlords, said Andrew Kegel. Probably not how you say that name, but it's fucking Kegels. Yeah, that's how you say his fucking name. A co-founder and the chief executive of tokens.com. Since that acquisition, tokens.com has broken digital ground on a tower in Decentraland. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Burberry, and other luxury brands have already entered the metaverse via NFTs, a move that makes a company executive optimistic that the tokens.com tower will soon generate revenue from leases and advertising for brands like these. And it goes on. How many pages without words? 4. This is honestly, all this stuff is insanity. Like, this has to all be the definition of insanity, right? For those wondering why a company would want to invest in a virtual office in the metaverse, co-founder of the Metaverse Group, Michael Gord, said skeptics should look at the trends catalyzed by the pandemic. He says, as more people participate, it's where you're going with friends, where you're having experiences like conferences and concerts. It's inevitable the metaverse will be the #1 social network in the world. I look at it like this. I am such a fucking fan, 100% of like Ready Player One. Like the part that everybody's zombies in their fucking stacked houses. The trailer parks, by the way, fucking suck. But the idea that I can just put this shit on and I'm fucking in something else is awesome. I want holodecks, and I'm a big fan of this, except for the whole fucking. So maybe I'm not a fan of it. I don't know. On one hand, I'm like, this is stupid. On another hand, I'm like, oh, this is kind of awesome. The Metaverse Group has a real estate investment trust, and it plans to build a portfolio of properties in Decentraland as well as other realms, including Somnium Space, Sandbox, and Upland. The internet may be finite, or infinite, but virtual real estate is not. Decentraland, for example, has 90,000 parcels of land, each roughly 50 feet by 50 feet, but they're fake. They're not real. Among investors, there's a sense that there's gold in them there pixelated hills, he said. Imagine if you came to New York when it was farmland and you had the option to get a block of Soho. If someone wants to buy a block of real estate in Soho today, it's priceless. It's not on the market. But the same experience, that same experience is going to happen in the metaverse. Last week, tokens.com closed an even larger land deal in Decentraland's fashion district for roughly $2.5 million. The company, which says the real estate transaction was the largest in metaverse history, plans to develop the area into a virtual commerce hub for luxury fashion brands a la Rodeo Drive or Fifth Avenue. Mr. Kegel estimates his portfolio in the metaverse is valued at like 10 times more than its purchase price, And much of the reasoning will sound similar to anyone who's ever bought or sold real estate. He said this location, location, location. A parcel of land in the downtown core, which has a lot of visitor traffic, is worth more than the parcel of land in the suburbs. Scarcity and value, way more words, way more words. How long is this fucking story? There's a guide to cryptocurrency. I kind of think, okay, here we go. The main story. There's just a couple paragraphs left. So let's finish this up. As the metaverse seeps more deeply into the everyday consciousness of our universe, there's a new realm where the divide between them gets rubbed away, the omniverse. The real world and the online world merge into one hybrid universe where the fungible and non-fungible intersect at multiple points, said co-founder and chief executive of Boson Protocol, Justin Bannon, which enables the sale of physical products in the metaverse as NFTs. Real estate in the metaverse will house the commerce that will drive this transformation. He says it's already happening and it's just a question of degree. But I think in 5 years, my daughter will not allow me to pick her up from school if I'm not wearing a pair of sneakers that don't also have an NFT. I don't understand this. Not one single bit. I don't think I'm supposed to. Does any 100% people understand it? They're doing it. They make it. That's why I need somebody smarter than me. Can somebody buy me some fucking crypto land now on the cheap? I'll pay you back later. Man, it's honestly, I try to wrap my head around it sometimes. Like, again, I love the technology of Ready Player One, those immersive fucking experiences. Like, I'm watching Levi play Red Dead Redemption 2 again. I can watch him play that shit for hours, man. My problem is that I'm just like buttons and do this to fucking, and I'm just like, I fucking suck and I don't want to do it. But if it was as easy as just walking and doing it for real, like I'm shooting guns rather than shooting guns, then I could fucking do that. Like if I was a real football player doing the moves, I'd be a lot better in real life. Not really, be way worse in real life. Let's put that honestly. But you know what I'm saying? There's probably once there's like some sort of like interactive VR Madden, that's the way to go. You can make yourself all sorts of fast. Anyway, so I'm a big fan of that shit. But I mean, there's drawbacks. There's got to be. There has to be. Well, there is, because if you watch that fucking movie Surrogates, it's like we're in a mix of like surrogates right now. We're heading down this path. Very well, first of all, we could still be in the Matrix. Who the fuck knows? But it's like a mix of surrogates and what's that? Her, the fucking creepy fucking Her movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Amy Adams as the voice chick. We're in a mix of that right now. You know, and now there's NFTs and shit. And I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what world and what fucking planet I'm on half the time. And that's just not the weed, not just the weed. Oh my God. I watched fucking Ghostbusters, you guys. I am so happy that that movie exists. And there's nothing against the Ghostbusters, the remake that they did with, why can't I remember their names? The Funny Women version of Ghostbusters. I didn't want to make that slight that movie in any way like that, but the name of the cast is escaping me, even though I know every single one of them. But you know what I'm talking about. And the reason that it didn't stick with me, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a funny movie. But the reason it didn't stick and I didn't like it is just because I didn't like that they didn't acknowledge the first one existed. They had cameos from a lot of the original cast, including fucking Bill Murray. And again, it was a funny movie. But that's not the Ghostbusters I wanted to see. You know, I wanted to see the story and see that continue on. And hence, Ghostbusters Afterlife is one of my fucking favorite things of all time. I've only watched it once so far. You know, and I don't want, this is spoiler free. I will tell you nothing if you have not seen it yet. But I couldn't have been any happier with that movie. You know, I got to watch it again for sure
but make sure I'm not around brother Levi so he doesn't see me crying. Because man, I was telling again, spoiler free, talking to great friend Ben Max, aka Thad Ranger. He and I are big Ghostbusters fans, and we were kicking back texts back and forth. And after I saw it, he said, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Man, it was fucking perfect." Like, there's other ways they could have done it with, especially with the original cast, and maybe again, I'd hesitate to say much more than that, but they could have been done differently, but I don't think it could have been done any better. It was so fucking perfect for me to wrap up the story, maybe continue it on now, who knows. Again, I don't want to say anything. It's so hard now. I fucking hate the whole spoiler thing, like we used to be able to just talk about shit. We used to be able to just talk about, oh, did you watch fucking Knight Rider last night? No, sorry. Guess you have to wait for a fucking rerun. We're going to talk about this at our water cooler now. Fuck off. But now you can't say any of that shit because you can watch anything on demand at any time, but perfect. It was perfect. I think that's honestly my favorite sequel. Star Wars aside, Indiana Jones aside, a couple of those big franchises. Sorry, I got some congestion. One moment, please. Just happens to be. Thank you. But yeah, 100%. If you have not watched Ghostbusters, do it. It is fantastic. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I own it. And you're welcome. What else? Anything else I want to hit? Anything else we got coming up? Got a lot coming up. I keep forgetting to message December and Michael Stevens to see if they want to record a podcast soon for the Rock and Roll Roundtable. I in my head I was like, oh, I got to get a hold of them to see if they want to record Thursday. And that was like last week, and I just keep forgetting to message them. This is how this shit happens with me. You just forget until the day comes and you're like, oh, I was going to do it today. Schedules and reminders are key. I use them a lot. I just need to increase their usage. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming on, joining me on the podcast. If you're on the live stream, then you probably won't listen to the audio version, but if you do, it's up shortly after the live stream ends. And I'll wrap up. Hit up patreon.com/we3smiths. Remember, the video editions exclusively on Patreon starting April 1st. Patreon.com/we3smiths. That's where you get video editions of the Rock and Roll Roundtable and all sorts of other shit that I got coming. And trust me, I got them coming. Peace out. What the hell, everything? Oh, wait, let's do the little closing montage since I'm doing it. Let me play it. Come on, you fucking prick. You? No. Let's do this. Let's get out of here. You ready? You ready? You ready? Here we go.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody.
I'm so sorry for everything that has happened.
Nick, bye-bye.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there. By the bar, get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good job.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.